Okay, we're back again with part one, and we're going to talk about the mechanical side of this truck build. Again, it was a stock F550, nothing fancy other than it is a Lariat. Had a nice chrome wheels on it when it came in. Did have the 488 gearing in it, which helps with the larger tires. So we started off right here on the front end. We added the PSC steering assist. You can see that here below. It was a custom setup for the F550, not your typical PSC Super Duty setup, because the F550 does have a different steering box and actually requires a longer stroke. So worked out really well with them. We added a front locker down there to make sure this truck could help recover the buggy in an off-road situation. It has the ground clearance and the tires for it, so we might as well give it the traction. Over here on the side, you can take a pretty good look at the DBL lift we used. It is a spacer lift because of the capacity of the springs. We just want to get a little bit of clearance. It's only 2 inches. It's enough to allow these 41-inch tires to fit with the fender flares we'll talk about a little later. We did add Lewis built arms on the front to ensure the caster was correct on this truck and drivability was good, and it turned out excellent. The truck drives just as well as it did when it came in, even considering these large tires. We'll kind of talk about those a little bit. Those came with the Hutchinson bead locks. We did some custom spacers with them to get the same wheel front and rear. You'll see in the rear we eliminated the dish that you normally see with these wheels and created the exact same look front and rear, which means our spare tire will work either front or rear without changing out an adapter. Need a little help getting in the truck. We took the factory tube step off, and these are some Raptor side steps right off of the Ford Raptor. It's a direct bolt on these Super Duties. Makes a really nice sturdy step. It is a steel step. It's been coated with some industrial coatings there, the aliphatic resin coating, so it doesn't dull out. We'll talk about that more on our custom side. Here at the rear, we added spacer blocks and some new shocks just to help again with a little bit more clearance for these larger tires. Didn't require a lot because again the truck's fairly tall, but that all came with that DBL lift. Again, there you can take a good look at those back tires. They look just as nice as the front one. At the rear side, we really didn't do a lot mechanically. We did add that winch integrated in there. We'll talk a little bit more later on, but that was the actual frame mounted hitch that came with this bed, but we were able to incorporate a winch plate with that. So that wraps up the mechanical side of this build. We're going to move on to the next video and cover all the custom fabrication that we did.